Welcome back to Gimpversity. This is Clone Trooper 5, and today I'm going to show you what every Gimp needs to know about defending the basement of Bank. First, let's start in lockers and talking about which reinforcements and rotate holes you should be looking to make in any game of Siege. This wall is very important to reinforce because it stops people from dropping the vault hatch and being able to get into sight immediately or having line of sight into sight. Another one that would be good to reinforce is this wall facing south, because that cuts off line of sight to the stairs and also a little bit to the garage. You should normally be having a rotate in this wall about right here to give better access from the vault hallway, from the secure hallway, so you don't have to go out into the hallway itself by where the garage door is. I also like to put a rotate in this spot right here so you can get into CCTV from vault easily. You should probably also reinforce this wall to some degree. This one isn't necessary, I guess, but it gives you some cover. You can also put a reinforcement on this wall if you'd rather have the cover back further. This wall is quite important. This is going into the garage, between garage and secure hallway, so you should put your reinforcements on this wall to cut off line of sight from the back side of garage by the armored truck. Moving on into CCTV, both of these walls are important to reinforce because they, again, it makes it harder for the attackers to fight into CCTV from server room, which is one of the common entry points. With the remaining reinforcements, you should be reinforcing hatches. There's as many as 5 hatches to reinforce on Bank. We have the hatch in servers, the hatch in CC, we have a hatch in hallway, and then we also have a hatch in elevator and in vault entrance that I mentioned earlier. So carrying on, we're going to talk about how the attackers will push into the bank to make their attacks. And this can be broken down into 4 different sections. The first section that we're going to talk about is the garage and stairs push. I'm lumping these together because the stairs and garage are close together, and as the defenders, it's very similar defending both of them because of how close the doors are. And this is basically just, the attackers will generally come in from garage. This is very common to have part of the team or all of the team come in through garage. They will also frequently come down the stairs. So these are the angles that you have to be aware of, and wherever you're positioned, just be aware of the garage push. The next one we're going to talk about, and this is probably the most common push, is the servers room push. And there's a few different entrances into servers room. You've got tunnel, which leads directly outside to jewelry front spawn, and that's the most common entrance into server. But you also have blue stairs going upstairs, and the vault hatch, or the server's hatch, excuse me. Once again, this is in skylight, and the attackers can come in here and get pretty good angles onto servers to try and, as they're taking control of servers. So be aware of that wherever you're defending. Servers is very common, with this spot right here being the default plant spot for a server side push. And then the last 2 areas are, we're going to mention the CCTV and the hallway hatch. This is very common for attackers to push. They'll frequently send maybe 2 teammates to take control of these hatches, and they're just from open area right here, and then the admin office right here. And these give them pretty good views into sight if this is reinforced, sometimes they can open up holes in the hallway, and this gives them a lot of control, and of course the ability to drop down onto site if it's not immediately guarded. So those are things to be aware of if you're playing in Vault Lobby. You know, keep an eye out for the drop, because that can screw you up. And the last one we're going to talk about, push from Vault, again coming through the elevator hatch, and also the Vault hatch here. Attackers will, this is the least common in my experience, but you will occasionally get people that drop into Vault here, and they will rush in behind to try and get behind the defenders, kill any defenders that are still in Vault, and, you know, fight the defenders out of their power positions on site around here. So this is definitely a very powerful play if they're able to pull it off. The advantage the defenders have is it's quite easy to defend from this side. It's the hatches don't have great angles from up top. I'll go show you. So it's if you're in a good position and you're aware that they're coming, the attackers can't really do anything from the hatches because, well, there's not a lot of angles that they can get that are useful, at least. So anyway, that's about everything you need to know about generally defending the basement bomb sites of Bank. Let's go ahead and talk about a specific plan for GIMP Squad, and I'm going to call this our server extension. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at a map overview real fast, and then we will go into each operator individually in Siege, and we will come back to do a more in-depth overview of the map, just to make sure we can all be on the same page with the bigger picture of our server extension plan. So the first operator that we're going to talk about is Wamai, who's going to be playing over in servers, and he's going to be primarily stopping our tunnels push and helping protect servers, as well as rotating back onto CC as needed. The next operator that we're going to have is Malusi. It's going to be this darker blue, and her position is going to be in lockers behind a deployable shield, and she's going to be stopping our garage and our stairs push. The next operator that we have is Kapkan. What he's going to be doing is going to be playing over in our elevator and vault lobby area, and again he's going to be assisting in preventing the garage and the stairs push, and he's also going to help out in vault on the vault hatches if that is needed. Our fourth player is going to be playing Jager, and Jager is going to be on the blue stairs, and we're bringing Jager to help protect the other gadgets that our players are bringing around, and he's going to be a soft roamer, mostly going to be in blue stairs, but he can roam as needed up into open area and such. And our last player is going to be Valkyrie, who she is going to be a more dedicated roamer, and she's going to be playing at our top of the stairs in an open area, and her primary job is to protect our hatches onto CCTV. First up, let's look at Wamai. So Wamai, he's going to start by running all the way up to the office hallway on the first floor and reinforcing the elevator hatch to give support to the elevator player and the the elevator player. After that, he's going to run all the way back over to Skylight Stairwell, where once again he's going to reinforce the hatch. And this is just to help him down in servers where he will be stationed. And at this point he will come down blue and take up his position in blue behind the servers, well, rather in server room behind the servers themselves, and he can start deploying his devices wherever he sees fit, and in theory he should get here before the attackers push, just in case they have a rush. And he definitely does have to be quick about moving around, because you know, if he's not, he's going to get out of position and become quite easy prey. We should be having a rotate here for him to be able to come in and support CCTV as needed, either with the hatch, or if he needs to rotate all the way over to help with garage, he can also come through the rotate here to help with the vault, any attackers coming in from vault. Okay, the next operator that we're going to have in our setup is going to be Malusi. And Malusi, what she's going to be doing is putting her banshees down to help stop pushes from the garage side is going to be her primary goal. The third banshee, she can do kind of whatever she wants with. She can either put it underneath the vault hatch, which is probably not a bad idea, or near the vault hatch, or she can put it in CCTV, or even underneath these hatches if she would want, for another, depending on where we've been having issues. That's kind of her judgment call. The other main thing Malusi is going to be doing is making these rotate holes with her impacts, so it's important that she brings impacts, and then she should probably be adding some measure of reinforcement for herself. And that can go there. She can use her second reinforcement on this wall if she wants, I suppose, or probably what I would do is just wait for the when Shadow Legacy comes out and just not use a second reinforcement. And what Malusi's going to be doing is she's going to be hanging out in this hallway behind the shield that Valkyrie puts down, or whoever our other roamer is. We want to have a shield in this doorway, and she's going to be using that to help contest people coming into garage or from the stairs. The other thing, you know, if people push from vault, she can swing into vault quite quickly and fight them there. And then if they're having issues in servers with CC, she can come and assist them, or even replace wamai if wamai dies, through the rotate hole here, which we will have as well. And depending on what is needed on the situation and where the attackers are coming from, she will also be the first line of defense against our hatches here, so she should be aware of that. And yeah, that's going to be Malusi and what she's up to. Moving on to our next operator, we are going to be bringing kapkan. And this can realistically be just about anybody, but they have to have the ability to make some rotate holes, and kapkan can do that usually with his impact nades. And his first thing he's going to do is make a rotate here for wamai to be able to have a way of escaping from servers and helping in CCTV room if wamai is needed. After that, kapkan is going to run back over to the vault side over here, where he's going to reinforce the vault wall onto lockers. And at this point, that's all he needs to contribute to the setup itself, and he can go about putting his booby traps wherever he thinks they will do best. Perhaps in the stairs and the garage here. He can go into the servers as well, just wherever he feels he should be putting them. As a side note, he can also come up here if he's feeling frisky, and he can take charge of doing these hatches, and he can put his booby traps in this area instead if he feels like that will be a good way to do it. He should just talk with our Valkyrie or roamer players to before he does that, to make sure that we're not getting confused. Anyway, his primary position will be over here in hallway, in the elevator, not hallway, vault lobby I mean, to watch the hallway and the garage push. And he's also going to be our primary defense against the vault push through the hatches and elevator and vault lobby. If they're pushing there, it's going to be Kapkan who's going to be trying to stop them first, and needs to call out for any support that's available. And anyway, that's what Kapkan's up to, so let's move on. Okay, next on our list we're having Jager, and that's because we are bringing a lot of utility with this setup, and it's nice if we have Jager to protect some of that utility. Now Jager, he's going to have a very tight setup phase, so he definitely has to get his butt moving as quickly as possible, or he's going to run out of time. But he's going to start by coming over to the garage area here and putting an ADS just somewhere in this area. He can put it over here as he feels, and this is to protect specifically the deployable shield that we're going to be putting in this doorway and some of the malusi devices to help with that defense. Oh, and before he goes away, we're having Jager reinforce the garage wall. This is very important. Don't forget it like I almost did. And then he's going to move on. He's going to use his second reinforcement in server here. This is again pretty important, so don't forget. He's going to put at least one of his ADSs in servers, and then he's going to come upstairs here where he's going to drop his barbed wire on these stairs. And then with the third ADS, he can either keep it himself on blue, which is where he will be playing, or he can stack it in servers or in garage, based on what he feels like would be the best place to help. Once he's all set up, he's going to be playing blue. He can either stay on blue, or probably more powerfully, he's going to be able to roam upstairs a little bit to help Valkyrie, who's going to be playing in open area in the top of the stairs over here, so he can help protect our open area hatches and also the server hatch. And then the other main thing that he's going to be doing is supporting wamai with pushes from tunnel. And he can also come back over into CC as he feels is necessary depending on the situation at hand. Okay, the last operator we're going to have in our setup is Valkyrie, but it can be anybody that's going to be decent at roaming and has a deployable shield. So this includes people like Alibi or Ella. And what Valkyrie is going to be doing is she's going to be putting a deployable shield in this doorway. And I would probably put it a bit forward, about like that, so that you can be able to peek out onto the stairway and a little bit into the hall. And that's to allow our malusi player, who will be playing in lockers here, to have some cover and be able to fight people in garage to help stop them from coming in there. After that, Valkyrie, her next important thing is she's going to run upstairs, and her big job is to reinforce these hatches above site. This is very important, so she can't forget to be doing that. And if she's able to, we're also going to have her run over and do the vault hatch. It's probably actually wise for her to do this one first, just to give her a little bit of extra time. And for her black eyes, I've kind of have it's, for me, it's just kind of up to her. They're not really why I'm bringing her. I'm bringing her for the deployable shield, so she can just, you know, throw her black eyes into sight. Just easy, quick places to throw them if she wants, or she can use them more aggressively to help her roam. And her primary position is going to be the top of the stairs here and to open area, and her job is to help protect these hatches from getting pushed, as well as our vault hatches, with the support of Jager, who will be at blue stairs, and she can also be able to help push people back in garage if it's needed by coming down the stairs. So she's going to be our primary roamer, with Jaeger probably also roaming, but to a lesser degree. If I was her though, I would bring at least one black eye and put it somewhere in this room to help keep a view of the hatches and what's going on, so that she can push them at appropriate times. Going back in to do a more in-depth overview, we have Wamai, who's going to start actually by going up to the first floor and reinforcing the elevator hatch, and then he's going to come down, he's going to come over to the skylight stairwell and reinforce that hatch as well, and then he's going to come back to his position in behind servers, where he's going to put his deployable shield and start throwing out his frisbees to help stop the push into servers from tunnel. Our next player is Malusi, and she is going to be in lockers, as mentioned earlier. She's going to be reinforcing probably just one wall to help give her cover, and that can be realistically anywhere in the vault hallway as she sees fit. I would recommend reinforcing this wall into CCTV. And she's also going to be bringing impact nades to make some of our rotate holes through the vault hallway to help open up our movement a little bit. And she's going to be putting her malusis in the in front of the garage and the stairway to help stop the push. Her third malusi, it can be put either under the vault hatch or in CC, or even all the way over in servers, depending on how she feels for the time being. Our third player is going to be Kapkan, and Kapkan, he is going to be playing in the elevator and vault lobby area. He's going to be reinforcing our two walls onto the between vault and lockers, and then after that he can put his gadgets wherever he sees fit, with good locations being these doorways from garage and stairs. He can go over to the server and CCTV doorway as well if he wants, or he can trade with Valkyrie for reinforcements and put some Kapkan traps upstairs if he thinks that would be better. It just has to talk with our Valkyrie player to make sure they're on the same page. And then again, what he's doing is stopping the vault push as well as the garage push. And then our fourth player, we're going to be having our Jaeger over in stairs. He's going to start by putting an ADS to protect our deployable shield. For Malusi, as well as the Malusi devices themselves, he's also going to put this reinforcement onto garage, and this reinforcement from servers and CCTV wall. He will then put at least one ADS in front of tunnel to help Wamai stop people coming in from tunnel, and he's going to use his barbed wires on the stairs to assist him as he's playing in blue stairs, to give warning for anybody coming at the top. And after that, he can come from blue stairs and help protect our skylight hatch, and he can come all the way over into open area as at the request of Valkyrie to help fight people attacking our open area and admin office through the hatches onto site. And for our last player, we have Valkyrie. And again, Valkyrie is going to be basically playing upstairs. She's going to be doing our hatches for the that go onto site. And if she has time, we're also going to have her reinforce this hatch above vault once Shadow Legacy is up and she can reinforce more than 2 hatches. And her primary job is going to be staying around the stairs and the open area to flank people and to fight people that are pushing the hatches. She can also come down the stairs and assist in fighting people in garage as needed. And that's going to be our Valkyrie player. Her black eyes she can put wherever she feels necessary to help her with her job. I recommend putting 1 black eye probably in open area somewhere, and then if she doesn't know what to do with the other ones, I would just throw them on site somewhere, perhaps in vault lobby and CCTV, just to give more information as is necessary. And that will be our bank defense with our server extension. Thank you very much, and this has been Clone Trooper 5 signing off.